What's up, everybody? It's me again, Tyler Pretorius, here bringing you my top 10 favorite horror films. Now, I know this video is kind of late, but a lot of personal stuff happened in my life, and it kind of got in the way of me uploading stuff. So, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so starting off the list with number 10, we have People Under the Stairs, directed by Wes Craven. This tells the story of a 13-year-old named Fool. He's living in South Central, taking care of his sick mom, when one day they're going to be evicted, and essentially the mom's boyfriend, Leroy, comes up with the plan to take gold that is hidden inside the landlord's basement. And, wait, it's a basement? Yeah, basement. So essentially, they get stuck inside, and it's a home invasion turned on its head. And this movie offers a lot of social commentary without coming across, hammy or preachy, and it's just a lot of fun. It's directed by Wes Craven, so it's going to be something good, and I highly recommend it. Okay, so at number 9, we have Ginger Snaps, directed by John Fassett. This tells the story of two Canadian teen sisters who are, obsessed with death, and one night, Ginger is attacked by a werewolf, and they have to cope with that, becoming a werewolf and becoming a young woman at the same time. And I love this movie for its view of positivity as something that is here in our everyday lives, but it doesn't mean that it's a good thing, and it's something rather annoying. And I love how it unfolds, and I just think this is a really great movie. If you have not seen Ginger Snaps, I highly recommend it. So at number 8, we have Green Room, directed by Jeremy Saulnier. This is pretty much neo-Nazis versus punks, and I fucking love it. So essentially, you have this band who takes a gig at a right-wing neo-Nazi bar, and essentially they get stuck inside a green room, and how this unfolds is really cool. I just love how grisly and fucking realistic it is. I love how it mixes the punk subculture with horror, and I think it's something that we really don't see it too often, and the soundtrack is awesome. I think this is one of the movies that really opened me up to punk music and the punk subculture, so kudos to this movie. Okay, so we have number 7, which is Insidious, directed by James Wan. This movie is your standard haunted house movie, except it has a nice twist with it, and I remember initially downplaying this as a kid because it was PG-13, but it's just absolutely scary. If you have not seen this movie, do yourself a favor, turn off all the lights, and check this one out in the dark. It's absolutely just a ride. Okay, so at number 6, I have Tenebrae, directed by Dario Argento. And this is about a dude named Peter. He's an author. He's on a book tour on his latest book, and upon arriving in Italy, there are a series of murders, pretty much copying his work. So he decides to collaborate with the police and the investigators to solve the crime. Now, I love this movie for its direction alone. Dario Argento, just the maestro of mixing violence and elegance, and I just think this is one of his finest works outside of Suspiria and opera. Okay, so number 5 on the list is High Tension, directed by Alexandre Aja, and this is about two French students, Alexa and Marie, visiting their parents' countryside home. Shortly after getting there, there is a mysterious brute invading the home, and I'm going to leave it at that. Now, this is your standard home invasion part slasher, and I think it's one of my favorites because of the kills, and I really, really like Alexandre Aja's work. I love his French style, and this is a part of the French extreme movement, so it just has that 2000s griminess to it. Number 4 on my list is Candyman, directed by Bernard Rose. I'm going to keep this one pretty vague and short because I'm planning on doing another video, but this is a gothic romance set in an urban environment, and it's one of my favorites for that reason alone. I feel like we don't get too many gothic stories set in unconventional settings, and I think that's what makes it stand out. Number 3 is Scream, directed by Wes Craven. I'm quite sure I don't even need to tell the plot of this movie because it's so popular, but yeah, this is one of my favorites simply for being one of those movies that I saw as a kid that really just stuck with me ever since. I love everything about this franchise. I love Ghostface, and Wes Craven's direction and style is all over this movie. Number 2 on my list is Frankenstein, directed by James Whale. This is on my list simply for nostalgic reasons. I first saw this with my grandma on TMC, so I have fond memories of actually watching this as a child. But anyways, I'm sure as many of you already know, this is the Frankenstein story, the modern Prometheus. But it's probably one of my favorites for the sheer humanity of it all. You have this monster that never asks to be born, yet his existence is smeared at and everyone hates him, so he essentially has to turn into the monster himself, and it's really sad and heartbreaking. My favorite film or horror film of all time is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, directed by Tobe Hooper. Now, this is about a group of young adults traveling to Texas to visit their grandfather's grave because of I think it's a series of grave robbings going on. So they go down there and they come across a hitchhiker, and things turn for the worse. Now, this is one of my favorite movies because I saw this as a kid, and like I said, for the other ones, it stuck with me, and also for being like one of the very first like slasher films, or I would say one of the first films to pioneer the slasher tropes. There you have it. Those were my top 10 favorite horror films. I would love to hear your guys' opinion in the comments below. If you guys agree with my list, please feel free to share your thoughts. If you don't, I would still love to hear them. I'm going to try to be more consistent, but sorry about that. That still really felt annoying. But yeah, I'm going to try to be more consistent. And if things don't get in the way, like like my personal life or work, that will come to fruition. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching again.